everyone, and good evening. Hope you're all having a wonderful night. So, what are we doing tonight? Well, Foodie's doing a live as we speak, and I'm far behind with it. So, if you see this live stream and the chat is not lining up, that's why. So, what is the live stream about? Well, Foodie titled the live stream Depressed. And so she's not feeling too good. Although I've been watching a little bit of this live stream and I've got questions already. So, Foodie, you purposely titled the live Depressed. That was the only word in the title was depressed. So you're depressed and yet you're out and about with a full face of makeup. You got the camera on and you're doing something. I guess you're going to get something to eat. So if you're really depressed, ma'am, wouldn't it be better to call someone and talk to someone off camera about how you feel? Why do a live stream when you're not feeling good? I'm just going to say it, y'all. I feel, my opinion, Foodie is doing this live stream for attention. She wants attention. And Foodie has a long, long history of doing live streams because she wants attention from people and she likes for people to be concerned for her welfare. And as a person that I've dealt with depression before, I don't think it's fair for Foodie to do this, to make a live stream where she gets everybody alarmed and concerned for her welfare when there's not a single person in her chat that could help her. There's no one in her chat that's a trained professional, a counselor that can help her with whatever depression she might be going through. So, this live stream, right off the bat, I just like to say I feel she did it for attention and she got it. But I don't think it's right, Foodie, that you are putting the word depression in the title. When I'm watching you right now, you're smiling, you're laughing. I don't see you in a high form of distress. You just want attention tonight. So, with that said, let me go ahead and share the screen. And I will let you, the people that are watching this React video, decide for yourselves how you feel about it. And I welcome your thoughts, feelings, and opinions in the comments. So let's get to, shall we?
Hey Gemini Jen, Lisa, Gossip.
So she's depressed, but she's smiling. She's smiling. She's happy. Does it look like she's depressed to you?
Beezer, hi Golden Girl. Down under. No, I can't have chicken bees. I don't feel like being in my kitchen and cooking whatsoever. Hi Lulu. Tracy. Hi Isha, Deirdre. Tinky Winky, it's hot. I'm waiting to pick up food. Halal food. I'm gonna have dinner out tonight. Try again tomorrow to cook.
Yeah, she bought $400 in groceries. Why not cook at home?
I didn't feel this way when I was in Kuwait. I don't know what's wrong with me.
I know exactly what's wrong. I know exactly what's wrong. You're in Canada and you're surrounded by all the freedoms that you did not have in Kuwait. And you're surrounded also by all the temptations that you did not have in Kuwait. So you're giving it a temptation, Foodie. That's what you're doing.
I mean, I know I miss Salah, but I only have to be here for a month. I should be like, you know, focused on things I have to do. But I think it's just because I have so many changes to make. Oh, I just feel incompetent in every way of my life right now. And I also think I'm like having like real life setting in. No, not just that. Just feel like I don't want to be here. I feel out of my element somehow. And the $400 worth of groceries watching this. That's another thing. I feel maybe like I don't know, like smoking that like the marijuana made me like worse, I feel like my mood, I don't know if it interacted with my antidepressants. I don't know what, but like I was feeling like, okay, I wish I could smoke so that I can feel better, but it's like that just shows you then and there that it's like a temporary mask for like depression.
No, I've seen this before with Foodie, and I'm just going to give my opinion. I have no receipts. I wasn't in the room to see what exactly she did, but I've seen this before with Foodie. When she does something and she does something that makes her feel high, usually the next day or the day after that, that's when she goes through a crash. So I don't know if that's what's going on here, but it does feel familiar, like that could be it.
You know, and I'm never gonna touch it again. I
Sure.
promised so many things. I promised myself, my husband, my God. Hi, Monica. Yeah, golden girl. I'm on 10 milligrams. It's hot. I don't like this jacket. Don't like anything. And if this weather depresses me, honestly. I don't like the like excessive heat, but at the same time, I don't like this depressing, crappy weather at all. I just feel like alone. Yeah, crispy ones. Oh, you're on 20? I just feel like I'm like unable to face life.
So, question, Foodie. Question on the chalkboard. If you can't deal with your own life in Canada, how are you going to deal with life in Kuwait? Because wherever you go, there you are. And all of your problems and all of your issues are going to follow you. No matter where you go in the world, there you are. There it is. So you might as well learn to deal with them while you're there, or else you're going to take all of your issues and all of your emotional luggage to Kuwait with you. If you want to have a life with somebody, you can't start that new life with a bunch of baggage. You know what I mean? It's not healthy.
I did do my prayers. I did the Isha one.
Really? You got a full face of makeup on. So did you do your wudu, which would mean you would have to have your makeup off and then put a full face of makeup back on because that's not even making sense.
The roads are terrible. This is life here. And tomorrow's gonna be like minus something or other, and I have supposed to go to Cornwall, and I don't in the least bit feel like it. And if I try to tell my family that, after having them wait for so long for me to see them, they're gonna be like, like I just feel like nobody understands me. I just feel like all this pressure from everywhere in the world, like every part of my life, not everywhere in the world. I mean, like
So I got who's pressuring you? Who's pressuring you? I don't understand. Who's pressuring you? Are you talking about your trustee and then wanting back the money that you owe them? That's not really pressure, that's adulting. Are you talking about the fact that you have to make a decision about what to do with Pete's and the cats? That's not really pressure. That's you just dealing with your responsibility. So, where else do you have pressure?
stop beeping. Everything and everybody's getting on my nerves, you know? It's just like, and then on the internet, it's just negativity after negativity after negativity. You know, people making me feel bad about the cats. Like, didn't FFG euthanize her dog for anxiety? Like, why are people coming after me? The same people who go, like, you know what I mean? Anyway, oh, the snow feels nice. How about therapy? Ugh. Therapists make me angry and they get on my nerves.
You know why they make you angry and they get on your nerves? Because they tell you the truth. because therapists are not beezers that you can lie to and manipulate. You come to a therapy session, you talk to them, and they talk to you. And they give you advice and they tell you things that you need to hear. Problem is, you're not ready to change. So, of course, it's going to make you angry. Of course, it's going to get on your nerves because you're not ready to hear truth and you're not ready for change.
I feel like they're judging me. Mm-hmm. I think they're too officious. I don't know. I don't know what it is. There's something about it. I just don't like telling random strangers things.
What? What did you just say? I nearly spit out my water. I don't like telling random strangers things, but yet that's all you do on your live streams. You'll come on the internet and you will tell perfect strangers that you've never met and you're never going to meet things about your life. You'll tell us about your gonorrhea. You'll tell us about all your STDs. You'll tell us about everything, but yet it would bother you to be in a room alone with one person and tell them things about yourself. I think what bothers you the most about therapy is that you can't monetize it. You can't live stream it. You can't profit off of it. It's just you sitting in a room telling somebody something and you can't BS them. They'll see right through you and they'll call you out for it. It's all about truth. You don't want to face truth and you don't want help.
I know that's probably not good, but you know. Mm. No, honestly, finances are not even making me nervous at all. Like, it's not that at all. Because I know finances, like, you can fix those things, you know? I don't know what it is. I guess I just have ups and downs like everyone else. Hey, Mary Poppins. I just have a lot to consider. Like, it's like I'm in between lives. I don't know how to explain it.
I'm going to take a wild guess. Just a wild guess. That's all it is, just a theory. It's all we got over here is theories right now. I think, my opinion, I think, Foodie, you're worried. You're a control freak and you don't like situations and people that you can't control. When Natter was in Gatineau, when he was at the trap house, he was close enough to where you could go over to his house and check on him anytime you wanted. And Salah is in Kuwait. You can't do that. And I said long ago that that was going to be a problem. The control freak in you was going to flip out because you couldn't be there to see what Salah was doing. Who is he talking to? You couldn't just run over to his house and peek in his windows and try the doorknob. The control freak in you has lost control, and that bothers you. And I think you're also worried because maybe you told Salah that you could help him come to Canada. You kept feeding him those promises, probably knowing at that time you couldn't help him, but you were hoping he wouldn't find out. So there you are. You want to go back to Kuwait to escape all the problems that you created for yourself here in the Western world. And yet Salah has said he wants to come to Canada. So he doesn't want to stay in Kuwait. He wants to come over here. So the two of you are on two different planes right now. You want to go to Kuwait to escape the life that you made a mess of. And he wants to come to Canada to start a new life. So you're both thinking differently. And you're over there freaking out because you know, with you being messy, and your life is messy, that your days of hanging on to Salah are numbered. They're numbered. If you've been feeding him a bunch of BS about, I can help you get to Canada, once he figures that out, he's not going to talk to you anymore. He's not going to pick up that phone. And that eye candy that you were so desperate to hang on to and cling yourself to won't want anything to do with you. And it's not because of your weight, Foodie. No, 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 no. Has to do with your messy life. He's 29 years old. Maybe he wants to do different things with his life. And you entertained the fantasy, the role play of hanging on to him. But deep down inside of you, you know you can't hang on to that man. He's young and he wants to go be young, and you're trying to stop him from whatever it is he wants to do. But once he figures out that you are not the yellow brick road to walk down to get to those things, he's going to let go of you, and you're worried about that. That's just my theory.
Multiple person. I don't know. I'm not a psychiatrist, and neither is anyone here. It's chicken. I'm not even that hungry. I just like I should have some dinner, but I wanted something like relatively healthy. And I just like don't when I'm in this mood, I don't have the energy to even like do anything but lay in bed.
So why aren't you? I'm going to say it again, Foodie. I think you wanted some attention tonight. You wanted people to be concerned about you. Maybe you're upset because it's 5 in the morning and Sala isn't picking up the phone and you needed some attention from somebody. So you came on camera and you deliberately chose a title that would get everybody's attention, that would get everybody concerned and get them tuning into you. Emotional manipulation. You've done it before, you're doing it now. If you're depressed, what you should be doing is being back at home, picking up the phone, and talking to somebody who can really help you. Have a one on one conversation in private. That would be the most helpful. But you decided to get online on a public forum with a bunch of strangers and get them concerned for you. What's wrong, Foodie? Are you okay? You wanted that. You wanted to profit off of that. It's wrong, ma'am. It's wrong to do that to people, to raise the alarms when there is no alarm. You're fine. You're depressed, but yet you got a full face of makeup in your car, laughing and giggling. Give me a break.
And I kind of just want to smoke. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Like, what the hell? I'm not trying to hide from my problems.
Then why do you want to run to Kuwait so bad? Why do you want to go back there? You weren't happy there. You're happier now that you're in Canada. Why do you want to go back there? Because you want to escape from your problems. And you want to use Sala as a form of control when he's not your control. You have self-control. You just don't want to use it. You want someone else to devote their life to controlling you. And nobody can control you. Nobody can fix your issues. Nobody can fix your problem with food or drugs. You have the power to do that. You should be forming your own control. It's unfair to try to cling to people and say to them, devote your life to me. Devote your life to fixing the broken parts of me. And expect them to just devote all of their time and energy to do that, and they have no life. It's wrong, Foodie. It's wrong.
I don't want these problems.
Then fix them.
I just feel weird. CBD. It's like shisha. No, it's not, is it? No one cares if you smoke light up. No, I can't. Go to the mosque. I mean, I do find comfort in prayer, and I know I put faith that God has a plan for me. But I'll be all right.
And even though the chat is over, I'd like to point out this comment by Barbecued Knob. Barbecued Knob says, I think the only time she doesn't need attention is when she's sleeping. Yeah, I agree with that.
All right. I don't even feel like being live, honestly, if I'm really honest. I just thought I promised I would. But I didn't want to
You
be.
know, Foodie, if you're having a bad moment and if you're depressed, well, you need to take some time and talk to somebody. I'm sure everybody in your chat would understand. But you did what you did for a reason. You want to come online, get everybody concerned, and make money.
In my kitchen. I don't know. There's something about it that just reminds me of my old life, and I just. I don't know if I just like was. I don't know. Like, did I cry all the time? I know I was high all the time.
And you know what? If she's trying to go with an angle of, I don't want to be at home because that's where the temptations are, she's got enough money. She's got that kind of YouTube money where if being at home is dangerous because that would mean temptations for food and for drugs, and she wants to run away from them, she can go rent a motel room and get away from that environment if it means it helps her to control herself better. But she's not doing that. She's going to go back home where she should not be. I've been saying to y'all that you can't heal in the same environment that you hurt in. If you're trying to stay away from temptations, you got to stay away from them. You got to stay away from people, places, things that will trigger you. So she's got that YouTube money. She's been running around getting takeout and all that. Go rent a room, Foodie. Go rent a room somewhere and stay there if that's what you need to feel better, to stay sober. Do that.
No, I'm not. It's like I feel like I have to be when I'm here in Canada. When I'm in Kuwait, I don't even think about it. I just want to be with my husband, honestly. Oh my god. I don't know how to explain how I'm feeling. I don't want to be here. I'm getting chicken. I don't even want to go in the restaurant. Can't handle being around him. It's normal how I'm feeling? Why? Orange julep. Ew. I hate Montreal. We're here for depression days. A funny story about Salah and I. There are a lot of them are personal. I can't think of anything that would be like. I'd have to think of something appropriate to tell. I don't know. Maybe you're just hangry. I don't feel like super hungry or anything. I don't like color hijabs either. I like black and that's it. I don't know why. I like wearing all black. You know what? I don't know. Does anyone else get depressed by the weather? A few gallons of paneer. Minimalist wardrobe. Seasonal affective disorder? Maybe. Miami? No. Try to hit those 5 prayers a day. Yeah, I do really. I woke up for Fajr and everything. Louise. A. Hey Louise, welcome to Grandpa Abusers Reset, please.
Can I just say right off the bat, I think it's kind of sus that she did her prayers, like she said, and all she's doing allegedly is going to get some food. So why put on a full face of makeup just to go get food? I mean, I got questions about that. And you're supposed to be depressed.
Not realistic, hon. Marissa Freeman, the source of your problems is that you lack the conviction to do work to move forward. You went to Kuwait thinking you could erase responsibilities, but that's not realistic, hun.
No, it
I don't
ain't.
think I thought I could erase them, but maybe like escape them for a while, yeah.
Yeah, you were escaping your problems, even though you really didn't truly escape because you put them out of your head for about 3 months, but then you had to come back and deal with some of them, and you're still dealing with them. And that's why you want to run back over there so you don't have to think about them for a while. See, escapism doesn't work to fix problems, Foodie. It's like seeing a pothole in a road. You can hop over it, you can walk around it, but the only way that pothole is going to go away is if you fill it up. Then it's no longer a pothole. But your habit has always been to hop, skip, and jump over the potholes rather than deal with them, rather than walk up to them and go, "This is a pothole. I don't like it. What can we do to fix it?" "Oh, I know. I'll take some, asphalt and put it in there. Ta-da! No more pothole." You don't deal with things. You run from things. And then you wanted to run to Kuwait and just look at this guy and pay him a bunch of money to hang out with you. But it was just role play. It was a temporary thing. It wasn't supposed to be a permanent thing. He did his job. He got paid. He's done with you. Accept it. Accept it all.
Maybe. But it's not just that. It's not just that. I just wish I was somewhere else, you know? And then I guess there's like some Pete's guilt. I feel like I'm so important to his life, and I just wish I wasn't. I wish that he had something else.
As far as Pete's, you should feel guilty. You should feel guilty. You used him up. You ran through him like a freight train. You used him up in every way possible. You broke him. You broke that man. He really cared about you. He still cares about you. Even now, with all the things you've done, he won't roll over on you and do what he could do. If I were Pete's, with all the crap that you've done to him, girl, I'd be getting on YouTube and making tea videos all day long because honestly, he should be in survival mode and thinking about himself, not you. Make them tea videos. Make that money, Pete's. Make it because Foodie is going to run off and leave you high and dry. She's done it before. But he won't do that to you, Foodie. You're right. He's too dependent on you. You are his world. He's codependent on you to a fault. He's too codependent. He forgot how to live. He forgot how to adult because you gave him that toxic safe space. You facilitated that, remember? Remember when he had a job and he had money and you were over there in the villa saying, "Quit your job, do YouTube with me." And he did. And you got full control of him. Then you got bored and tossed him to the side for Natter. Got all in a Natter. You pushed him to the side the way you did your cats. Once you get control of a person or a thing, you lose interest, you get bored, you move on to the next conquest. So you put him in debt, you broke his heart, you cheated on him, left him mentally broken. You gave him a toxic safe space where he could just be lazy and do nothing. He needs to get out and do his own thing. And you know what? So do you. It's time to break that toxic cycle between the both of you.
You know? No Pete's guilt. You don't have that much time in Canada. That's true, Mary. I feel like I'm gonna have a panic attack. Should I go get my food? There's probably a line. Ugh. Don't like this place because there's always a line. I'm so grumpy.
You're awfully smiley and giggly for somebody who's supposed to be depressed. I'm just saying.
Do you resent that codependency a little? Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. He learned.
I'm noticing a pattern with you and your men, Foodie. It seems like you have a definite pattern of any man that you bring into your life that gets within 5 feet of you. You start this whole cycle of, hey, whoever you are, come be with me. Let me control you. Don't work. I'll pay for everything. You do it because you're a control freak. Then once you get control, you abuse the control. You did it with Pete's. You did it with Natter. You did it with Sala. You don't want the men in your life to be independent of you and have their own sense of control. You don't want a man to be independent. The last independent man that you had in your life was BB. And look what happened. He did not put up with your nonsense. He tossed you out. Hence the reason why you're so hell bent on finding a man that you will control, that you can control. You don't want a man who's really, truly strong. You want to take a man who has some kind of strength and you want to take it away from them so that you have it. That's your pattern.
To cook without me. I go back to Kuwait at the end of the month.
Yeah, good luck with that.
What restaurant? It's a halal chicken place. I love chicken. I'm craving chicken and like rice. I could have made that. I defrosted chicken, I know, but I just don't have the energy or mental strength to really do anything.
So she doesn't have the strength or the mental capabilities to cook a meal, but yet she'll get in her car when it's freezing outside, it's snowing. She'll put on a full face of makeup and she'll drive to a restaurant. Make that make sense.
In my house, I want
Oh, and she'll also do a live stream while doing all this too.
to get out, you know? I'm actually happy that we're moving. Like,
No, you're not. You're not happy at all because you used Pete's good credit at the time to get into the villa. So where are you going to go from here? Where are you going to go from here? You used Pete's to get into that villa. And now that his credit is ruined and so is yours, where else are you going to go?
well, Pizza's moving. I'm gonna just like, I'm not gonna live there. I'm gonna just, I don't know, but my home is with Salah, so yeah. I think we'll just do that and hopefully we'll see how that works out. I don't want to be here. Yeah. Yeah, Golden Girl. Go to a hotel. You miss your man. I miss my Kuwait man. I miss my man. What? What movie hell? I'm not mean. I'm an Arabian princess. But can't take social responsibility with. I don't have debts with Pete's.
Well, you did. I don't know exactly how much you put him in debt, but in your defense, Chantal, and I rarely defend you, in your defense, you've been living with Pete for about, what, 3 years? And I did the math. Just with you paying his share of the rent and his share of the bills and the food, you have probably spent about, what, 30, 40 grand on him? So if there was a debt with Pete's, if you did owe him money, I think you've paid all of it back or most of it back. I'm not quite sure how much the debt was though, but I think you've done enough that way.
I've been supporting us. Um, like I said, it's not even about that. Like, debts can be settled. Exactly. You can make a payment plan. You can settle your debts, whatever. You know, I have to learn to be better with money, obviously, but that's not what's depressing me. Hi, Ava. Why are people creepy? Why do people care where I am? Why do people, like, I don't know. People are weird. People online, I
Why do people care? Why do people care where I am and what's going on with me? Could it be because of this live stream right now? Could it be because of the title, depressed? You set this whole thing in motion, Chantal. You set this whole thing in motion. You came home from Canada, and everybody who knows you, knows your habits, knows this is a very delicate, dangerous time for you because you're surrounded by all your temptations. That's why they're concerned because they know that you're surrounded by all the temptations. You have no sense of control yet. You have no coping skills, no coping mechanisms. So, knowing that, when you do a live stream like this and you deliberately put in the title that you're depressed, everybody that cares is going to worry. You want them to worry. You want them to be concerned.
guess that just depresses me too. Maybe that just being online depresses me too right now.
So get off. If you're really depressed, please go talk to somebody. Call up a family member. Where's Aunt Phyllis? Where's anybody? Call them. Talk to them. There's many phone numbers you could call. Why not do that? Why do a live stream? Go handle it. Handle your business, girl. How old are you? You're almost 40. You know you're in a bad place. Talk to somebody that can help you.
You have emotional debts? What do you mean by that? Who we're always connected? You go, I am with my soulmate.
No, you're not. I'm sorry, Chantal. Oh, that's a great thumbnail. Would you guys mind for a moment if I took a quick thumbnail of that? Because that's just lovely. That's lovely. One moment, please. Thank you. All right. That's a great thumbnail. You look great, Chantal. Fantastic. But what was I saying? Oh, yes. Let's talk about soulmates. Chantal, I come from a long line of love, and I got to see true love in my own family. I got to see soulmates within my own family. My great grandfather and great grandmother were together 75 years. They were soulmates. I don't see that love between you and Sala. I really don't see it. Not at all. You want to convince yourself that that's your soulmate. It isn't. It isn't because you are not your true self around Sala. If you're with your soulmate, you can be who you really are. They can be who they really are. You love each other. You are each other's partners. You guys don't have that. You're just clinging on to Sala because you're so desperate to be in a relationship. You're so desperate to say, I am married and somebody wants me and somebody has claimed me. You're so desperate to claim some kind of dominance or superiority over people that are single. Being single is not so bad if that's what you need to get your head straight. And if you know what real love is, you don't. You're confusing two words, Chantal. You're confusing the words love and need. You don't love a person, you need a person. And let me tell you, needing someone is unhealthy. And that's where you are. You need someone around to make yourself feel worthy. Your self-worth is tied up in somebody else being around because if somebody else is not around, you don't feel like you're worth anything, and that's something you have to work on for yourself.
I changed the name of my stream because that's what I talked about most of the time. What's the big deal? you know? I think it's probably all overwhelming too. I mean, it's a lot of changes and yeah. I just feel weird. Thanks, Mary. Go stay with Smee. I might stay with Smee later.
Why don't you stay with her now? What happened to when I come home to Canada, I'm staying with my parents. You said that's what you were going to do. So why aren't you doing it? Even if you don't want to stay with your parents, which I don't think would be a good idea because you keep odd hours, you're up all night, you sleep all day. I can't see you sleeping on their couch as being a good arrangement. Go rent a room someplace. Find a motel, hotel, rent a room, and get your head together. That wouldn't be a bad idea, Chantal.
It's okay. Thanks, Karma. I'll be alright, guys. Yeah, so bringing them to Kuwait, it's like impossible, you know? So there's not really anything else I can do. It's like one of those situations. I don't know.
You know, she talked earlier about rehoming the cats. I support that idea. That's something that should have happened a while ago. It should have happened back when she first got with Natter. She is not a responsible pet owner. She is not in an emotional or mental place to take care of them. She's talking about traveling around with Sala. Those cats need to be rehomed ASAP. They need medical care. They need to go to a groomer's. They need to be looked at. She needs to stop being so selfish and self serving and just do the right thing by the cats. Normally, pets get very bonded to their owners, and it's very distressing for them to be away from their owners. But in this case, it just needs to happen. If she can't give them what they need to be happy and healthy, they need to go to somebody else who will do those things.
Who wanted to meet up? What are you talking about? You cannot come now on a tour. It's the guilt you feel leaving Pete's. That's emotional debt. We've been together for a long time. Of course, it's going to be hard. Yeah, golden girl, but like, I guess yeah, a bit of guilt from that. You know,
I don't think she has guilt. This is my opinion. I don't think she has guilt about the cats or Pete's. I think the more correct term we're looking for here is she's worried about how it'll affect her channel and the money she makes on her channel. She's walking through very troubled waters right now. She's tiptoeing through the water, making sure that she doesn't step on stones underneath. She's being very cautious and she's fishing and she's trying to feel out how will the audience react? How will they take it? Will they leave my channel? Will they cancel their memberships? Will they stop watching me? That's what she's the most concerned with. She knows a lot of people are concerned about Pete's. A lot of people are concerned about the cats. And she's worried that if she lets go of all three, even if she does it nicely, how that will affect her income. She's worried about money. Chantal worships at the altar of money always. It's always her concern. She doesn't care about Pete's. She doesn't care about the cats. She cares about if I let go of these three things, how will it financially affect me?
but then I get like mad. I get like, well, like we're only responsible for our own happiness in a way because like I cannot make him happy just by like living with him, you know, or maybe that he would be happy forever living with me, but we're not together that way, and you know, like I don't know. I'm a Muslim woman now. And maybe I have guilt from that. People always telling me she's not Muslim, she's not Muslim. Just because I have slip ups and get high from like, do you know how hard it is to change your life? At least I'm trying. What the people who are criticizing me, what are you doing? You're just doing nothing. Like, just be quiet. Like, you have no idea who I am. You don't know me. You don't know what I struggle with. The only person who has a right to tell someone they're not Muslim is God himself. Long distance relationships suck, but sometimes I miss being in one. We live together now, but the anxiety of waiting to see each other was overwhelming. Yeah. I like worry he's gonna forget me or something, even though it's like maybe irrational because we're married, but I don't.
She's worried about losing control. The control freak in her is freaking out because he is away from her and he's not picking up the phone every time she calls. The control freak in her is freaking out. We knew this would happen, y'all. Didn't I say it? Didn't I say it? That when the moment came when she got on that plane and she came home, she was going to freak out because she can't helicopter all over Sala and find out who's he talking to, where's he at, what's going on. It's 5 o'clock in the morning where he's at right now because he's not picking up the phone, because he's not online in her chat. She's freaking out. And she's worried she's going to lose Sala. See, here's the problem with Chantal. She's got a jealous mind. She's got an insecure mind. And you know what happens when you have a jealous, insecure mind? Your mind starts making up things. Your mind starts imagining scenarios, people that might be happening behind your back. Oh, he might be talking to somebody. He might be talking to another woman. I might lose him. That's what a jealous mind does to you. It starts imagining things. And then it starts making you mad and upset. See, if you were in a real love relationship, Chantal, that wouldn't happen. But you don't have the real thing. That's why you're having those thoughts. That's why you're afraid. If you're really in love with somebody and they're really in love with you, there's nothing to be afraid of.
Don't know. I guess it's just a mixture of things. I just feel like every single person. I feel like I have no privacy in my life, and I know that's a big part of my fault, but some things no.
You have no privacy because you make everything public. The public would have nothing to say about whatever details if you didn't share them first. Once you put them on the table, you're opening up the floor to discussion. That's how it works. That's how it'll always work.
Exactly, Karma. Right, Aisha. Yeah.
If you want privacy, Chantal, it's real simple. Learn to shut up. Learn to shut your mouth. Learn not to talk about things. It's that simple. It's not a hard concept. Privacy means nobody knows about it. If nobody knows about it, nobody talks about it. There it is. There's a solution.
Everyone needs to find their own way. Yeah. Yeah, long distance sucks. Yeah, vitamin. I heard that. People like mass reported her channel. I think that's why. I haven't started reading the Quran, but like learning more about Islam yet. I've been praying. I just, sorry, I don't answer the blue comments. Make a plan to go to your local mosque. Maybe. Anyways, I get blamed for everything. Doesn't matter what. Nobody has any responsibility in anything other than me. People are dumb. You think my stuff is ready? I probably won't be on for long. I need to get out of my funk. I need to like, I don't know, just waste the night away. Just be in my like in my feels. I'm Muslim and I told you to F off, so what? All right, so we're sober gals. Yeah. I won't have trouble sleeping. When I'm like really down, I don't have trouble. ATM? No, the edible would make me temporarily numb, but it won't make me happy.
You're right. That was a true statement you just said. The edible will not make you happy. It'll just make you numb. But let's expand on that, Chantal. Let's expand on that. Because, see, you have more than one addiction going. You've got an addiction for men. You've got an addiction for drugs. You've got an addiction for food and attention. You're using all of those things to escape you. Okay? So the edibles, they make you feel numb. You use them to escape. Use them to escape from who you are and from all your problems. Food is kind of the same thing. You use food to calm down. You use food to escape your negative emotions, to calm your negative emotions. So, all these things that you're doing to push down how you really feel, to push down your thoughts, it ain't working. It'll never work. Maybe the solution is to solve your problems and work on your life rather than run from it. Don't numb yourself. Don't numb yourself. Don't run. Stand still, take some accountability, and deal with your stuff.
Really? Everything is legal here, and I don't think that's a good thing. In Kuwait, I never saw people strung out on the street, begging for money, being hammered and stupid. I never saw any people like that. It's not legal. You would go right to jail. Hey, Stank Jordy. I don't know. I like the, you know, Dana, eat crap. Always the victim. It's called my life, and I go through bad things just like every other human being. Like, why are you watching me if you always have to complain about something? What's your problem? I'm not allowed to be in my feels? Like, what? Please.
I will say this, Chantal. I don't think it's fair for you to come online and trauma dump all over everybody. Have you forgotten that the people in your chat are actual people? Did it ever occur to you that maybe some of the people in your chat, they have their problems, they have their issues, and they come online and want you to kind of forget about that stuff for a while to kind of put it out of their mind. And yet, when they come on and they watch you and they listen to you, what do? You dump your crap all over everybody else. That's what you do. People that come to your chat, most of the time, it's not a happy event. You dump your negative crap all over everybody. You use them as free therapists and counselors. You don't want to go to an actual therapist or a counselor, someone that you would have to pay for them to listen to you. No, you want everybody to listen to you and pay you to listen to your crap. And it's not right. It is not right. I don't know why some of the VIPs pay $5 for this crap. It's not worth it. But hey, you're a VIP out there. You do what you want. You go where you like. I just don't understand it. I don't have to understand it. I wouldn't pay $5 to somebody that dumped all over me all the time and made me feel negative. But that's just me. That's my thinking. But that's what you do to your audience. You dump on them, and then if they say something you don't like, then you come back at them in a rude, nasty way. And that person wasn't wrong. You're always the victim. You want to be the victim of everything because if you're the victim of everything, that means you're responsible for nothing. Well, I got news for you. You are the architect of your own life. You make it what you want, happy, unhappy, or in between. You are always the architect. You can build up or you can destroy. It's all up to you. Your life is your choice. Your life and the quality of your life is your choice. That goes for every person everywhere. You're the architect of your life and everything and everyone in it. And if your life sucks, You're the only one who can fix it, break it, rebuild it, whatever.
I didn't know sharing my feelings was being a victim. People are so freaking pathetic. Western culture. Yeah, I guess I just don't really like Western culture that much.
Oh, shut up. I'm so sick of that, y'all. Sick of it. I hate Western culture, she says. But yet she really enjoys the fact that she can go to a dispensary when she wants to, that she can pick up her phone and push an app and get a green delivery to her house. And she really loves the fact that she can order off an app here. She loves that. She's been doing it since she got back. So she hates Western culture, but yet she enjoys the freedoms of Western culture. Hmm. Yeah, she does that.
Much anymore. I don't know. I don't feel in my element. I know that's bad, but I don't know.
You are more in your element in Canada than you ever were in Kuwait. And that is no shade on Kuwait or the people or the culture there. I'm just saying that she was one way over there and she's happier where she's at.
She made a channel about coloring. I hate coloring. I always hated coloring, even as a kid. Like when I would get coloring books for Christmas, I'd be like, thanks, to be grateful, but I never used them. That and puzzles. You don't like freedom. What kind of freedom? Freedom to destroy myself? No, I.
No, 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 no. No, no, no. You are not going to blame the Western world and the freedoms here for you destroying yourself. I'm not going to let you get away with that. No, you cannot point a finger and say it's the culture, it's society's fault. It's society's fault that I'm destroying myself. It's everybody else's fault. No, there are lots of people that live in Canada, that live in the United States, that live on this side of the world. We can live, we can have those freedoms and not abuse ourselves and not hurt ourselves. You are hurting yourself by choice, completely by choice. You can choose to destroy yourself or not. You're making the negative choice for you. Has nothing to do with the rest of us. Has nothing to do with Canada. Has nothing to do with the United States. You need to own that, Miss I'm changed and I'm a better person. Own it. Stop running from it.
I don't. I have to have strict rules, yeah. No, I do. Like, I can't make my own structure. I can't trust myself. Don't know. And Sala kept me grounded, in a lot of ways. Don't have the patience for puzzles or coloring. Yeah, I know. I don't like to just sit there and be like studious and I don't know. I used to want to write. I don't know how. I would have to be like bed bound to be able to write, I guess. Like, otherwise, I'm jumping in the Kia and going to the nearest fast food place. I'm kidding.
No, she's not kidding. And I'm going to say something that may sound rude, but it is what it is. Chantal, your problem with food is out of control. I don't know where your weight is these days. I'm guessing close to 500 pounds. If you don't slow it down, if you don't stop what you're doing, you will be bedbound. And it's not going to be the picnic that you think it is. I'm sure there are lots of people that are bedbound that wish that they weren't. And there's no one around you, not Sala, not Pete's, not Natter, that they are professional trained nurses in home care that could care for you once you get to that state. So you need to get that problem with food under control. You really need to get it under control because you're putting on more and more and more and more weight. You've gained a lot. Everybody can see it. I don't care how many face filters you use, how many head filters, how many abayas you might try to wear to disguise how big you've gotten. You've gained a lot, mama. You need to slow it down. You need to stop it. Your body's getting to the point where you are almost bedbound. You need to slow down with the food. Stop self medicating with food. That's not good medication. And this is from somebody who's in recovery for BED. Food is not good medication. No, it isn't. It's just as deadly as any illegal drug, and it'll kill you just as fast if you let it. You have the power, you have the resources, use them to get better, to get healthy. If you care. If not, something might happen. Don't wait until it's too late.
She thinks she's Bob Ross. I can't color for my life. It's all gonna work out. Thank you, Mary Poppins. Some people just thrive in structure. Think about those who are successful in the army. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sure I'll get through it. I'll probably be depressed for like half the month and then, it's kind of daddy for that. He is. Are far apart now. No, pant leg, you're not blocked.
And you know what's making me sick about our chat? I realize that there are people in Chantal's VIB chat. They care about Chantal. They genuinely care about her. But then there are other people in her chat that they make me ill. They make me absolutely ill because they get in her chat. I saw many in her chat tonight. They were obvious feeders. They were encouraging her to eat, knowing she's got a problem with food. They were like, yeah, go get some chicken. Here's this idiot right here, Crispy Buns. Yeah, I'm pointing you out, bro. Crispy Bun says, we want to watch you gulp that chicken. So you just outed yourself as being a feeder. And that was one of several tonight. They were urging her to eat. They want to see her gorge herself on food, as if she needs to gorge herself on food. This woman is almost 500 pounds. Does she need to gain 50 more pounds, 100 more pounds? Where exactly is the stopping point with you idiots? How big does she have to get before you say, we're satisfied now? She satisfied our fetish. If you're a person and you would never walk up to somebody who has a problem with an illegal substance and say, hey, do the substance in front of me. I want to see you do it. If you would never do that to somebody like that, have the same respect for what's going on here. Because her drug is a legal drug. Food is one of her drugs. And I don't care if you idiots over there that you're into the feeder fetish. If that is your fetish, fine. I don't like it. I don't approve it. For you to have your fetish and at the same time somebody's destroying their health for your fetish, screw you. You suck. You want Chantal to hurt herself for your entertainment, for your joy. Shame on you. She's got a problem with food, and you're wanting her to gorge herself stupid, as if she doesn't do that enough. You're a feeder. I'm looking down my nose at you. Yes, I am. Get mad at me. Get mad at me. Don't care. Screw you. Having a BED is nothing to screw around with. It sucks. Stuck on that roller coaster. It sucks. And if something does happen to Chantal, and I'm not wishing for anything bad to happen to her, nothing at all. If something happens to her, don't you dare, all of you idiots over there, don't you fucking dare be a person in her chat saying, I can't believe something happened to her. Not when there are so many of you in her chat wanting her to hurt herself and get bigger and bigger and bigger until something might happen. They're pushing her to have a medical emergency. You idiots.
Please tell them I said thanks for giving women around the world. There's a good men that still exist. Oh, thank you, Dixie. I will. Sala wants to be with me. That's, you know.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He doesn't want to be with you. He wants to be in Canada. He said so. He actually said so. I want to come to Canada. He wants to be in Canada. But I don't think you want him to be in Canada because you're afraid, Chantal. You're afraid. You're afraid if he comes to Canada, then what? He's going to be in Canada with all the freedoms that he doesn't have in Kuwait, being around people. How are you going to control him then? You want him to be in Kuwait with you, or you can keep an eye on him. He comes to Canada, that ain't going to happen. You're afraid of the possibilities of what could be. You might as well just let go now.
I don't know why anyone would want to. I'm kidding. If you stay in one spot too long, Stalker FFG will show up. I don't care. Let her show up in this when I'm in this mood. Self-defense, Your Honor. I'm kidding.
You know, Chantal, you talk all big and bad on camera, all buck. Even if Frenchie were there, you wouldn't be talking this way. You hate confrontation. You hate it. You're a coward. You wouldn't do a single thing to Frenchie. You would just giggle and say, "You want to go out for poutine?" like you did the last time.
I'll be right back. Thank you. Well, that's good for you, barbecue knobs. Good for you. Bring you Sam. They'll readopt to a better loving family if I have to give them away. I think it's better than having Pete have that responsibility when he needs to worry about his life and take care of his own mental health.
I agree. I agree with you once again, Chantal. I rarely agree with you, but I agree. If Pete is struggling mentally, if he doesn't know where he's going to be, if he needs to move out, it'd be easier if he were by himself. He's not in a place to take care of pets. I will agree with that.
So no, his short nose. I'm gonna get some people, Emily. Thank you. People have to rehome. Go cry to FFG, who friggin' I found out she euthanized her dog for having anxiety over the loss of her other dog. So you know what? Be quiet. Go friggin'
You know what, Chantal? You do not use the pain of another person to defend yourself. Don't do that. Don't do that. Frenchie loved her dogs. She does. She loved her dogs when they were here. She still loves them, which is more than I could say for you and BBJ and Sam. You don't care for those cats. They were just living props to get attention and make money. And then once they were no longer useful, you tossed them to the side because you want to be with Sala. So you can't compare yourself to Frenchie that way. You just can't do it.
pounce on her for a change. She's a worse human.
No, you are.
Like, when I have two channels bullying the same person and making fun of their Muslim name.
And there we go. This is what happens when you covet what other people have. You covet. You are pocket watching somebody. You are coveting them. You are jealous. You're envious. And it's ridiculous with Chantal because she could have had 3 or 4 channels long ago. She could have had a very successful OnlyFans. She could have had a merch store. She could have had many things. She could have made her own makeup palette. She could have done all these things. She could have, but she didn't because she was too lazy. So now, because somebody is on YouTube and they've only had their channel for 2 years, less than 2 years, and they've got their one main channel, they've got 2 other channels, they got a Twitch channel, they got a merch store. Let's dump all over their success, even though they worked for it.
Then you can come for me. A lot of people need to rehome their pets. Exactly. Being horrible would be just throwing them on the street. Seriously. Like, BBJ doesn't really care. Like, other than Peace, that I don't know. He's not the most loving, okay? So, but.
You know, how do you know what BBJ feels? I am not in the head of her cat, but pets get very attached to their owners. Trust me, she's going to care and she's going to be sad. But if she goes to a good home That's what she needs.
But anytime somebody loving would come over and pay attention to her, she would ignore me. So she will be fine with somebody.
Maybe the reason why she ignored you is because you ignore her half the time, shoving her away and keeping her outside your bedroom when you were basically favoring Sam. How about that?
Evelyn Bunte. What kind of very important piece is ready said piece? So, yeah. While you're euthanize shaming me, oh, you better not euthanize BBJ. It's none of your business what I do with my pets. Like, at all, whatsoever. It's hot. Ugh. I'm gonna take my coat off for a minute. I'm gonna overheat. I hate this jacket.
This is my opinion. I think the only reason why she's not euthanizing BBJ, two reasons. Because we've all said that she's going to euthanize BBJ and then turn around and do a live stream and cry about it and make money. That's what we've all said because that's what she would do. And Chantal is all about being defiant and doing the opposite of what people tell her that she's going to do. She'll do it out of spite. Oh, you said I'm going to do this, so I'm not going to do it. Okay, good. So you're not going to do it. Fantastic. You're going to rehome her instead. Fantastic. Glad to hear it, Chantal. Glad to hear it. If you want to rehome her, I'm all for that. I think that'd be great. I think she deserves a chance at life, and obviously it's not going to happen with you. Let her have a chance. She's been fighting for her life literally all this time. She should have had medical care over a year ago. She was supposed to have oral surgery. That never happened. Let her go to somebody that can give her those things. And I'm wondering if those things happen, how much she's going to improve. I bet she'll be a lot better off.
Oh my god. How did you find that out? I heard it. Like, a bunch of people were saying it. So, anyways, enough about these lame individuals. I can't stand it. To be able to pronounce your last, the only person, really? Oh, what did I order? I ordered. I thought you said the dog couldn't handle the death of the other dog or something. Yeah. Nobody questions anything she does. Whatever. So shut up and go over there. I don't care. Give her the views.
She cares. She cares. Obviously, she cares about what Frenchie's doing because she's always watching to see how many people are in Frenchie's chat when she has a live chat. She cares about other people that Frenchie covers, like the Doherty Dozen, how many views she gets. She's constantly commenting on that and about her Twitch channel. So, Miss I Don't Care, you're pocket watching her too much for somebody who doesn't care.
Chicken plantains, including Negs, like, who's still talking about me. Like, she's in on the grift. She's in on the grift. Why? Because I didn't strike channels you wanted me to? Like, what's your problem? You're a hypocrite. You went right back to, like, being the people.
You know what, Chantal, as far as grifting and scamming, we've all been saying the same thing. It's really very suspicious that for all the hate you and Natter have for each other, for all the things that you say he did to you personally, intimately, you don't go after him and he doesn't go after you. By not doing that, you guys have made it very obvious that something is going on. And let's also not forget how he just keeps popping up with mysterious groceries once in a while. And you never said that you never stopped paying his phone bill or his internet. You did buy him an iPad, yes. You bought him an iPhone, yeah. And you're only giggly and happy like you've been recently when you see Natter. So again, obvious is obvious. You, Dee Dee, and Natter, you're all in cahoots together. It's obvious the three of you are. I don't see why you don't just get a house together and get it over with. you know, because if there's a plan in place, they're going to recycle old stuff, old storylines, old arcs, old tactics. You already did those things. You already did them. It's time for something new. And the new that you can give us is the truth. Just say, hey, yes, I'm 500 pounds. So what? I like Natter. I like Dee Dee. We're living together. And go live together. Do your thing. Give us something new. Give yourself something new.
Well, you were complaining about just last month. Hypocrite. Those glasses are giving the receptionist from Monsters Inc. Stop ignoring me. Oh, hi, Kayla. Weight loss bees? I don't know.
Weight loss bees. Nah, not going to happen. Not going to happen. No, we're in the weight gain bees. I'm not being a fat shamer saying that. Look, it's just logic. If you're someone and you're eating thousands of calories a day, you're not exercising, what's going to happen? You gain weight. That goes for Chantal. That goes for me. That goes for anybody that does that. It's not just her. She is purposely putting on weight. She's not stopping herself. She keeps monetizing her problem with food. She's making money off the feeders. Feeders are in her chat saying, go ahead, gorge yourself. And she's not telling them to shut up. So it's all about monetizing weight gain versus being focused on health and weight loss.
That's more pressure I have to deal with. Not the person for you. And he was like, what's this? All Harry's cage. Harry made such a mess and he finished most of his corn. So I would say, stop, babe. I love you. Get out of your head. He married you. Yeah. And where he's from, like, you know, and his morals, like, cheating is just so looked down upon. I don't know. I'm not worried about that. It's just,
You're not cheating if you're not really married. I'm just going to throw that in there.
I don't know. I just feel weird. I can't explain the melancholy. I don't know where it's coming from.
I know where it's coming from. I know where it's coming from. You're flipping out because he's in another country and you can't helicopter him and find out what he's doing at all hours of day and night. That's why you're flipping out.
Just on my own. He chose you. He loves you.
Oh, that's another thing that you have in a real relationship, marriage or not, Foodie. Trust. If you're with the right person and they're with you, you trust each other. If you have love and you have trust, that means you can go anywhere in the world, they can go anywhere in the world. You can have your freedom, you can have your independence, and you won't have those insecure, jealous thoughts running through your head. What are they doing? Who are they talking to? Are they cheating on me? Trust. You have to trust your partner, they have to trust you. You guys obviously don't trust each other, or at least you don't trust him because you're worried about losing him. You don't have a real relationship. You don't want a real relationship. You want to control somebody. That's the only way you feel secure is if you can control them. You can't control them, you don't trust them.
Corn bees? Yeah. If you didn't struggle in the past, you wouldn't be able to. Thanks for the super chat. I'm not being totally dismissive of what you're saying. I get it. You can't escape your problems.
Nope,
People think that I'm out of my element because of how I was. That's what I'm saying. Like, my past is like how people are judging me, now. Like, what kind of, like, I don't know. And I have to just not care what these people think and just believe in myself. And it's just hard, you know?
that's why you need help. That's exactly why you need help. You're saying, I don't like people, how they're judging me. What are we judging, Chantal? We're judging based on how you are presenting yourself and the things that you're doing in your live streams. That's what we're judging. You are giving us this impression of you. You are. You do a live stream and you show us these things. What are we supposed to do? You're not showing us anything different. You're not showing how you're improving yourself, how you're a different person. You're exactly the same. Nothing has changed. When you say things, but then you don't back them up with actions, what are we supposed to think? That we're looking at the same Chantal doing the same thing she did before she left to go to Kuwait. So are we wrong? No. We don't see a different person in front of us. It's the same one, different clothing, same person underneath. You're still indulging in food. That hasn't changed. You're still doing drugs. That hasn't changed. You're still whiny and clingy and insecure and jealous and untrustworthy, lying. Same Chantal. Nothing has changed. You want us to feel differently. You want us to think differently of you. Show us something different. Show us and keep showing us. Don't think for one day that's going to work. No, you got to show us something different for a while. You got to show us some positive change here. You want positive praise. You got to show us something positive. See how that works? Don't sit there and give us a bunch of BS and lie to us and expect praise for that. You won't get it. We're not going to co-sign on your BS. No, no. You've done all this damage. You've told all these lies. You've been offensive. You put yourself in debt that way. You're at the bottom now. You're -0. You want to build up the good credit with people. You want to change your presence, your impression. You got to start from the bottom and work your way up. And it's going to take time. You spent the last 4 or 5 years on your channel giving us the worst of yourself. And if you want us to say nice things about you, you're going to have to work, girl, harder than you ever have. And if you're not willing to work, we're not going to change our opinion.
Because like every struggle, every time I do something positive, like it just takes so much and it just doesn't like get recognized the same way as when I do something bad. You know, and then I feel super guilty, like, what? You know, what did I do? Should I have gotten time? No, obviously not. Anyways, I think I'm gonna go home. I'm just so tired. Well, but I mean, like the hindsight is really 2020. At the time that you do things, you just think you're doing the right thing at the time, or you just, I don't know.
You know what I think your entire problem is, Chantal? Honestly, you know what your presence says to me? I gave up. I gave up on myself. You gave up on yourself. You gave up on the person, Chantal Marie. You gave up on making her better entirely. You gave up on yourself. You let your life fall into ruin and you put everything you had into the character, Foodie Beauty. Because Chantal Marie has problems off of YouTube. On YouTube, Foodie Beauty doesn't have any problems. Off YouTube, Chantal Marie has no friends. No friends, no real friends that want to hang out with her. On YouTube, the character Foodie Beauty turns on a camera and people want to talk to her. People are concerned about her. Are you okay, Foodie? Are you all right? We're concerned about you. Chantal Marie doesn't have that. Off YouTube, Chantal Marie is in debt, big time. Not just financially, but spiritually. The character Foodie Beauty is spiritual, has money, can go places, can do things. You put everything you had into the character and nothing into the person. And that's why the person is in so much debt in so many ways, and you let the character completely take over. The character took over everything. You lost the plot and you lost yourself. You need to find yourself. You need to find yourself because wherever you go in the world, no matter how much you try to stay being Foodie Beauty all the time, eventually you got to turn off that camera. And the person, Foodie Beauty, is still standing there looking at you saying, what are we going to do? But right now you're all about, I gave up. I gave up. I quit. I gave up the fight. I'm taking off the boxing gloves and I'm getting out of the ring. I quit. If you want to have a good life, to have a good relationship, you can't give up the fight. You can't give up on yourself. You got to take care of yourself. Stop being so obsessed with YouTube and the internet and this character, this over-the-top character, Foodie Beauty. It's ridiculous. Put more into the person. You'll get more reward out of it. Stop hiding and escaping in food and drugs and everything else and men. Stop living a life of quantity and live one of quality. Yes, quality is where it's at. Your life has been nothing but excess, gross excess in every way. You got to turn that around, but that's up to you, girl. It's your life. Do what you will with it. But as long as you live a life of excess, do not expect sympathy. Don't expect mercy. Don't expect the reaction channels to co-sign on your bullshit and give you praise where no praise is deserved. We're going to call you out for all your nonsense. Yes, we are. Each and every time. We are going to be that hall of mirrors that you can't escape from. And every time you turn around, there we are. And you can sit there and dirty delete all you want. We'll capture it anyway. It's just the way it is. Be mad at us all you want. Be mad at us. That anger ain't going to go nowhere. But your life is what you make of it. Or don't make of it. So if you're miserable, not our fault. You made it that way. You don't like it? Fix it.
Recent news. Plan a day with your mom, have a heart to heart.
You know what? We just got a few more minutes of this. We're going to cut it off here. There's no need to go any further. I'm not being insensitive here, but I'm really irritated at Foodie. Her putting the word depressed in the title, knowing that there are people in her chat and people that watch her that suffer from real depression. She did it on purpose. She did this clickbait, emotionally manipulative title to get people's attention, to get the attention on her for pretty much nothing, because she's not depressed here. She's laughing, she's giggling. Yeah, she did that. She wanted attention. Getting people concerned for what? She's fine. If you're really depressed, Foodie, please pick up the phone, call your mom, call a relative, call a friend, call somebody. Get help. But don't dump on people and don't get people triggered or alarmed for no reason. It's not fair. It just isn't fair to do this to your own audience. Anyway, I'm out of here, y'all. Hope you enjoyed this react video. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for spending your time with me here, and please take care. Bye-bye.